Good morning, children. Last class we studied how to find the refractive index. I hope all of you have completed your notebook. See in your textbook in page number 110, 111 and 112. There are 4 activities given. Of that 4 activities, 1, 2 and 4. First one, second one and the fourth one. Read the activities and you can do the activities at your home itself. That you might have already done that due to your curiosity. Now you can read that activities once again, activity 1, 2 and 4. Activity 3 is a bit harder one. Do the other activities and find out what is happening there. Now we will move on to another portion, that is total internal reflection. So far we were studying about refraction, but this is total internal reflection. So consider a ray of light passing from a denser medium to a rarer medium. Here the denser medium that is taken is water and the rarer medium that is taken is air. So in your textbook there is an activity given, a jug of water is taken and through the jug of water a ray of laser beam is allowed to fall and that activity is done here. Now we can move on to the theoretical part there. Suppose a ray of light is passing from a denser medium, that is water, and it moves into the rarer medium, that is air. We can see what happens. See, I am going to draw 3-4 figures there. By drawing that figures, you will be able to understand. So the first figure, total internal reflection, the first figure, see, this is the surface. Below the surface it is water and above it is air. You are drawing a normal here. So before drawing, suppose a ray of light travels from water and it travels through water and it is passing onto the air. Suppose here, this is the normal drawn here. Suppose the angle of incidence is 40 degree. Angle of incidence is 40 degree. We have earlier studied when a ray of light passes from a denser medium to a rarer medium, it deviates away from the normal. Here also, it deviates away from the normal like this. So this is the angle of refraction. So when the angle of incidence is 40 degree, the angle of refraction is like this, or the ray of light is refracted like this. Now suppose the next case, a ray of light is falling at an angle greater than 40 degrees. Suppose let the angle of incidence be 45 degrees. Then what happens as the angle of incidence increases, angle of refraction also increases. The ray of light will bend again like this. Now another figure I am going to draw is the ray of light is falling like this. Let this angle be 48 degrees. Then the ray of light will be like this. The angle of refraction increases. Now in the case of water, suppose a ray of light is falling at an angle. A ray of light is falling at an angle of 48.6 degree. A ray of light is falling from water to air at an angle of 48.6. See here at 48.6 the refracted ray was like this. When the angle of incidence increases, the angle of refraction also increases, or the refracted ray bends. Again, when the angle of incidence increases, the ray of light again bent. Now, when the angle of incidence is 48.6, the refracted ray will move along the surface of water. The refracted ray moves along the surface of water. So here the angle of refraction is 90 degrees. Such an angle of incidence for which the angle of refraction is 90 degrees. This angle of incidence is known as critical angle. In the case of water, the critical angle is 48.6. So what is critical angle? Critical angle is the angle of incidence at which the angle of refraction is 90 degrees. Critical angle is the angle of incidence in a denser medium for which the angle of refraction is 90 degrees. Here, as you see, at 40 degrees, the angle of refraction is here. The refracted ray moves like this. As the angle of incidence increases, the refracted ray bends downwards. Here also the refracted ray bent downwards. But at this particular angle, at this 48.6 degree, what happened? The refracted ray moved parallel to the surface of water, or the angle of refraction is 90 degree. So how this particular angle is termed as critical angle. How will you define critical angle? Critical angle is the angle of incidence in the denser medium for which angle of refraction is 90 degree. So this is critical angle. Then what about if a ray of light is incident at an angle greater than the critical angle? Suppose, see here we are again drawing an angle of a ray of light is falling. This is the normal. Suppose this angle is 50 degree. 50 degree means angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. If a ray of light is falling on a denser medium at an angle greater than the critical angle, then the light ray will not be refracted outwards. It will be reflected inwards. It will be totally reflected into the same medium, and that phenomenon is known as total internal reflection. It is reflected internally completely. No ray is refracted outwards. Such a phenomenon is known as total internal reflection. So what is total internal reflection? When a ray of light is incident on a denser medium at an angle greater than the critical angle, then the ray of light is not refracted outwards, then the ray of light is reflected into the medium itself, and that phenomenon is known as total internal reflection. So total internal reflection we have studied. Now there are certain figure given there. Identify the total internal reflection in that figure. So in the case of water, the critical angle is 48.6, and in the case of glass, the critical angle is 42 degrees. Now there is another important question in page number 114. Find out the practical applications of total internal reflection. The practical applications are, it is used in medical field, that is for endoscopy, this total internal reflection is used. Then another important use of this total internal reflection is in the field of telecommunication. Optical fibers are very, this total internal reflection is made use of in optical fibers, and optical fibers are very widely used in telecommunication. Through these optical fibers, various signals of different frequencies can be sent. See, that paragraph is given there. Study that paragraph. You see, total internal reflection is made use of in optical fiber cables. Through optical fibers, thousands of signals of different frequencies can be sent to distant places simultaneously, making use of total internal reflection of light without losing the intensity. This paved the way for optical fiber being used in telecommunication. So that paragraph is very important. Study that paragraph. So with this, we come to end of this total internal reflection. Next class, we will move on to yet another interesting portion, that is lens. Thank you.